everyone. My name is Gabby, as you know, and welcome to the first episode of The Outsiders, the podcast. Now, I know, Sigma Sciences is a channel for science, occasional features on math and history, but I am simply a fan of The Outsiders, written by S.E. Hinton, so I felt I had to do this. Okay. I guess it's that time of year your teachers assigned you to read The Outsiders. And, well, you've read it, but you remember absolutely nothing. So, that's why I'm here. Today we will look at a basic plot summary of what happens in The Outsiders. So don't worry, after this, you will be good for that English test. Okay. It all started in Tulsa, Oklahoma with the three Curtis brothers. The narrator, which is the smallest Curtis brother, called Ponyboy. He's 14. Then he's got his middle brother, Soda Pop, which is 16. He's a dropout, which means he dropped out of school. And, well, yeah, he works at the gas station. And then he has his biggest brother, Gary. He's 20. And he works 2 full-time jobs, and he's basically the guardian of the Curtis brothers because, sadly, their parents died in a car accident. Okay, now let's actually dive in the story. But before that, let me just introduce you to the Greasers and the Socs. So, the Greasers were composed of the 3 Curtis brothers, Two-Bit, Dally, Steve, and Johnny. Steve was Soda Pop's best friend. Two-Bit was just a regular guy. They smoked a lot. Yeah, they were very poor, all of them. Dally was the most dangerous one and the biggest one. And Johnny, well, Dally wasn't the biggest one, but the most tough one. And then there's Johnny, the shyest one, because he was jumped way back. 4 months before the novel. So, what is jumped? But before that, well, this is the Greaser clan. Then we have the Socs clan, which is the rich kids. The Greasers are the poor kids. The rich kids, Bob, Randy, just normal rich kids. But they jump people. So they attack them with knives, with punches, with whatever you have to hurt someone. So that's what they did. Anyways, now let's dive into the story. It all starts with the narrator, Ponyboy, getting out of the movies and he gets jumped. They cut his neck a little with a knife, so not very nice. Before anything really bad happened to him, the gang, the Greasers, realized and actually went to help them and scared off the Socs. Okay. The next day, well, even though Ponyboy is he's pretty damaged, they go to a drive-in for movies. There, they go with Dally, Johnny, and Ponyboy. Dally starts bothering one of the girls at the movies. That was Soch, Cherry, and Marzia, her friend. Now, Johnny actually stood up to Dally. And because Johnny never talked, when he did, they did what he said. So, Dally went away, and then Johnny and Ponyboy, they stayed in the movies, and Cherry and Marzia actually asked them to sit with them. Then came Two-Bit, and then the movie ended. So they went home. But the Socs arrived before they could. Turns out Marcy and Cherry were girlfriends of Bob and Randy, so they did not like it. So the Socias got more drunk, so they were kind of drunk that night. But, so the Socias wouldn't hurt the Greasers, Marcy and Cherry went with the Socias to wherever they wanted to go. Anyways, then we go to the park. Two-Bit has to go home, and Johnny and Ponyboy stay in the park. They start talking about life. Ponyboy, his inner life, and Johnny, well, he was abused by his parents because they neglected him and they hit him. So, they fell asleep in the park, and then Johnny remembered, or told Ponyboy he had to go home because his brothers would be very worried of him. When he went home, Derry was very, very mad that he even hit him accidentally. So Ponyboy ran away with Johnny, and, well, they went to another park again. Now, when they were there, the Socias were actually looking for revenge because Ponyboy and Johnny picked up their girls. So Bob and Randy took Ponyboy, and because there was a fountain nearby, they started drowning him. Johnny was very scared, and he pulled out the knife he always carried after his incident and stabbed Bob. Bob died that night, and they had to flee. Of course, Johnny didn't mean to kill him or do anything bad to anyone. He just wanted to protect Pony. So they fled to Windrixville because Dally told them to. The most dangerous one had his plans to get out. So they went to an abandoned church, they got supplies, they started reading, smoking, normal stuff for them. Except the reading, though. They told each other stories, poems, and they read Gone with the Wind. Then came Dallas to take them to Dairy Queen. So when they went, they decided they were going to go back, and Johnny was going to give himself in. But when they did, they saw the church was in flames. As Ponyboy and Johnny learned some children were inside, both of them went inside to save the children. Now, Ponyboy, he did make it out, although he was pretty with blackness all over, and by that I mean smoke. And Dallas, he actually tried to get them out. Now, Johnny, by pushing Ponyboy to get out, the roof fell and collapsed on him. And it was also in flames. Dally, with his left arm, pulled out Johnny and burned that arm. All of them went to the hospitals. Ponyboy was okay. Dallas, his arm was burned pretty badly, but he would be okay. But Johnny, he was in terrible condition. He broke his back and he was severely burned. So no one really knew if he could make it. The doctor actually said if he made it, he would be crippled for the rest of his life. Now, that's when Ponyboy reconnected with his brothers Dally and Soda Pop. And they were all good now. But they went to that rumble at the end of the week, and the Greasers finally won because the Socias bailed. Then Dallas and Ponyboy went to the hospital and saw Johnny was dying. Johnny told Ponyboy to stay gold, but he didn't really understand it at the time. Dally could not take Johnny's death because Johnny was the only thing he loved. So he robbed a grocery store, and when the police was after him, he pointed an unloaded gun so the police could shoot him. Dally successfully died. After that, Ponyboy fainted because of his conditions and everything that was going on. After, he woke up after a few days unconscious, Ponyboy. He went to court. He started failing a lot in class in his grades because of everything that really happened. But he started writing the story. But before that, he had actually discovered that stay gold meant that when you're a child, you're green, you're new, like dawn. But when you grow up, that purity and innocence kind of goes away. So Johnny's message to Ponyboy is to not become like Dally or 2-Bit or all those guys. To keep being his innocent, sensible self for the rest of his life. Well, that is all for today, and I hope you can ace in your next English test. See ya!